Have you ever thought that when you really fall into a black hole, what awaits you is not an instant annihilation, but a three-way outcome that completely transcends your imagination, one of which will make you doubt everything you have experienced, even the beginning of doubts? Is the universe we live in real, or is it just a carefully designed illusion? Today, we don't talk nonsense or make gimmicks. Only with the super-level computer simulation of scientists, step by step to uncover the ultimate secret of the black hole. Every detail hides the true appearance of the universe that you have never heard of. To the end, you will be shocked. Hello, I am Barefoot in the Universe. Before we talk about the ending, let's first understand the most basic question. What is the bottom of a black hole? Many people think that it is a hole, a garbage disposal in the universe, swallowing everything nearby. But this is not the case. A black hole is a polar object formed by the collapse of the core of a massive star after it dies. Its gravitational pull is so strong that even light cannot escape, and we cannot see its body, but can only judge its existence through its influence on the surrounding objects. Today, what we want to talk about is not the formation of a black hole, but the incredible process that humans will go through when they really break into its hidden range. Through super-level computers, scientists combine generalized relativity and quantum mechanics to simulate three completely different outcomes. There is no exaggeration or fiction, and each one has a rigorous scientific basis. Today, we will start with the cruelest and most vulnerable one, slowly revealing the secret. The first outcome is also the most likely one: neutral death. It can be called the geographic model of a stellar black hole. Someone may ask, what is a stellar black hole? In short, it is a black hole with a mass between 10 times and 100 times the mass of the Sun. They are the most common type of black hole in the universe. For example, Cygnus X1, which is about 160 light-years away from the Earth, is a classic stellar black hole. Its world radius is only about 30 kilometers, which is equivalent to the size of a medium-sized city, but its gravity is hundreds of millions of times that of Taiyang. Imagine that you are driving a spacecraft that is the first to advance, and you are not slighted to deviate from the course and break into the gravitational range of this stellar black hole. At this time, you have not yet realized that death is already approaching you. When the spaceship is still a few hundred kilometers away from the world, strange things begin to occur, and you will feel that your body is being stretched wildly by an invisible force. At the same time, when this horizontal is compressed, your arms and legs will be stretched longer and longer, and your body will become like a slender noodle, which is what astrophysicists call noodle transformation. Many people may feel that this is just a simple stretch, but you can't imagine how scary this gravitational pull is. The gravitational field of a black hole is uneven at the poles. Your steps are closer to the black hole, and the gravitational force is tens of thousands of times larger than the head. And this huge gravitational difference will instantly exceed the combined force between the molecules of your body. Your skin, muscles, flesh, bones will be torn little by little, and then they will be cells. Then to the protosin, it finally breaks down into subprimitive grains and turns into a string of small granule streams. Like ants lining up, the core of the black hole is the starting point. How fast is this process? The answer is 0. 1 second. Soon, before you can feel the pain or even think about it, your body will have completely disintegrated and disappeared into the universe. And what's even weirder is that, in the eyes of the outer observer, your image will forever remain on the edge of the world, and for a while it will imitate the Buddha standing still, because the gravitational pull of the black hole is so strong that even light cannot escape. Your image is bound by gravity in the world, and people in the outer world can only see you in stillness from a distance, but they do not know that you are already in zero. The ash and smoke will disappear within 1 second. This is the cruelest and most direct outcome that the classics have told us, and it is also the most likely outcome for us. But if you think that falling into a black hole is the only way to die, then you are too naive. The wonders of the universe are far more outrageous than we imagine. When you fall into a star-stellar black hole, you are not falling into a supermassive black hole in the center of a galaxy. The second ending will be quietly staged. The second ending is a gentle trap that penetrates the world and a supermassive black hole. If a stellar black hole is a meat grinder in the universe, then the supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy is a trap that seems gentle, but is actually fatal. There is a supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy. Its mass is 4,000 times that of the Taiyang, and the radius of the world reaches 1,000 kilometers, which is equivalent to 3 times the diameter of the Taiyang and 400,000 times larger than a stellar black hole. It is precisely because of its extremely large world range that the gravitational gradient becomes abnormally flat. How much is it slow? It's so slow that you can't feel the effect of the noodles. They can even pass through the world without realizing it, and even their clothes will not wrinkle. It's like standing on the beach. The gravitational pull of the earth pulls you, but the gravitational pull between your head and feet is so small that you can't measure it, and you only feel that you are floating. Everything around seems to be no different from usual, but the moment you really cross the world, you will find yourself in a one-way trap of space-time. Here, The angle colors of time and space are exchanged. You can no longer choose the direction of progress, but you can only fall irreversibly towards the base point. Just as we cannot stop the passage of time, no matter how hard you struggle, there is no way to turn back or escape. What's even more amazing is that during the course of your fall, you will experience extreme time expansion. A second in the outer world may seem to you to be hundreds of millions of years. You will see the future of the universe flying by before your eyes, galaxies colliding, stars being born and dying. The universe is expanding at an accelerated pace, and the ultimate fate of the universe can even be seen. You are like a spectator watching the birth, old age, sickness, and death of the entire universe, while you yourself are close to the starting point. Some people may ask, is this not the way to live forever? The answer is
Although
no.
this process is much slower than the death of a stellar black hole,
It can take a few minutes, or even a few hours. But as you get closer to the starting point, the gravitational pull will change again to the extreme. The noodle effect should be reappeared, and you will eventually be torn and completely lost. But compared to the first outcome, this kind of ending is more shocking, one more opportunity to witness the future of the universe, and one more awe of time and space. At this point, some people may realize that the two endings are essentially death, but the process is different. But I want to tell you that the real surprise, the real suspicion of life, is the third ending.
it is also the reason why scientists have been arguing for decades, and there is no definitive outcome so far. It combines the mysteries of quantum mechanics and compiles everything we know about reality. The third outcome is the eternal life of the fate and the rebirth of the universe. The ultimate paradox of quantum mechanics, the core of all this, stems from a simple problem. It is based on the basic principles of quantum mechanics.
Information will never be lost. So, when you fall into a black hole, where do all your information, your DNA, your memory, and the state of every particle in your body go? Did they fall into the starting point with you and disappear, or were they preserved in some way? Surrounding this question, scientists have proposed three subversive possibilities, each of which is enough to make you doubt your life. The first possibility, holographic cosmology. You become a two-dimensional coder on the world. 1997 years. Physicist Hu and Marta Sinatra put forward a theory that shocked the world, the theory of a DSCFT teammates. This theory implies that the three-dimensional universe we live in may be just a huge hologram and a black hole. It is the information storage of this holographic universe. When you fall into a black hole, your body will not fall into the starting point, but will be leveled out on the world and become a two-dimensional information code. Just like a cosmic CD, all your information is arranged and organized on the surface of the world in an extremely complex way. These messages will not be annihilated with your death, but will remain in the world of the black hole and become a part of the universe. What's even crazier is that there is a rational belief that this information is true. It may be slowly released back into space through Hawking's radiation. Hawking's radiation is a particle flow produced by the rise and fall of quantum quantities at the edge of the world, which causes black holes to evaporate slowly. In this process, the information that has been preserved in the world will be released bit by bit and returned to the universe anew. It's just this process. The time required is extremely long, about 6-7 cubic years of 1 0, and it is 1/800 million years old compared to the age of our universe, and it is so much longer that we cannot imagine it. That is, although your body is lost, your faith has gained eternal life. They will forever exist in another form in the universe. Perhaps in 1 trillion years, these messages will be reassembled to form a new life, or perhaps become part of another universe. The second possibility is that the wormhole passes through a space-time tunnel that leads to a parallel universe. This is a theory that is more sci-fi color, but also has a scientific basis. Einstein and Rosen once proposed that a black hole may be a wormhole connecting two universes, also called Einstein-Rosen bridge. When you pass through the world of the black hole, you do not fall into the starting point, but through a shortcut to another universe. This universe may be a mirror image of our universe, where there is another you, living a completely different life from yours. It can also be a world with completely different laws of matter, where there is no gravity, no time, no space, and everything is completely different from the universe we live in. In this theory, the starting point of a black hole is not the end of space-time, but the end of space-time, which drags you from our universe to another universe, allowing you to be reborn in some form. Of course, this rebirth is not your rebirth as a human being. You can become a form that we cannot understand. It can be a beam of light. It can be a particle. It can also be a kind of meaning that has no substance. But your faith, your soul, continues to exist in another universe. Imagine that you have crossed a black hole and come to a completely new universe, and you have seen a completely different sea of stars, and it is so shocking that you will forget all the fears you have. And the third possibility,
It is
also the most creepy and the kind of reality that can make you doubt human life. You discover the metacode of the universe, and when you keep getting close to the starting point of the black hole, you find that the space-time around you begins to twist, and the laws of physics begin to collapse point by point. The space-time area rate becomes infinitely larger, and quantum effects and gravitational effects should be blended here. It forms a quantum bubble domain that we cannot understand. In this area, you will see that the time, space, and material we know have begun to become obscure and even lost. You can see the underlying code of the universe, the basic rules that make up the reality, and they flash before your eyes like a string of numbers. You can see that the universe we live in is actually a huge virtual process. The black hole is the back door of this process, and you may even encounter the spacecraft sequencer unexpectedly and understand the ultimate truth of the universe. And at that moment, you will completely doubt whether you are real or not. Is everything you have experienced just a complex process, a false memory? Have the wealth, fame, and feelings we pursue become meaningless in front of the essence of the universe? We are like living in a huge virtual game, thinking that we are real, but we don't know that we are just a pixel and a code segment in this game. This is why scientists say that the third outcome will make you doubt your life. It is not only a simulation of the fate of falling into a black hole, but also a challenge to the nature of the entire universe. It made us realize that our understanding of the universe can still be at the level of the kindergarten. The reality we know may not be the real reality. The three endings we talked about today. The noodle painting of a stellar black hole is dead, allowing us to see the extreme force of gravity, and the world of a supermassive black hole crossing through the world, making us feel the relativity of time and space. The information predicted by quantum mechanics is eternal, and the removement, penetration, and the collapse of reality make us deeply question the nature of the universe. Perhaps the black hole is not a garbage disposal device in the universe, nor a trap that can lead to death, but an information converter in the universe, a gateway that connects different universes in different times and spaces. And they hold all the information that has existed since the birth of the universe, and countless parallel universes are waiting for us to explore to uncover their secrets of our race. Just like a child standing on the edge of a black hole, he is both curious and afraid, eager to explore the mysteries of the universe, and afraid of being swallowed up by a black hole. But it is this kind of curiosity, this kind of unknown. These are just simulations of scientists, and we will never be able to truly fall into a black hole in our lives. And what does it mean? But I want to say the exploration of the universe has never been to experience a certain outcome, but to understand ourselves, to understand the world we live in, to understand where we came from and where we are going. When we understand the secrets of black holes and the possibilities of the universe, we will become more humble and in awe, and cherish everything we have even more. Because we know how small humans are in the vast universe. And it is a miracle that we can live a healthy and happy life on this blue star sphere. That's all for today. Perhaps we will never be able to truly fall into a black hole and witness these three outcomes with our own eyes. But this does not affect our love for the universe and our exploration of the unknown. In the future, with the continuous development of science and technology, we may uncover more secrets about black holes and may find a way to the parallel universe. Perhaps we will find that the nature of the universe is more mysterious than we imagine. In the next issue, we will continue to talk about the mysteries of the universe that shock people's hearts and take you into a more distant and mysterious universe.